But my hex from the fucking start. .1 every day we mark. By my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hurt. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. By my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hurt. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the hex, he is moving. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pro chains out and they'll get me a check. ETH gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. By my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hurt. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. By my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hurt. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hurt. Richard Hurt.
Boom, 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 boom.
What's up? How is everybody doing? I'm doing fantastic. Jim Red, how are you doing this morning?
I want to do a bonus 20-second video. Bonus. This one gets you goosebumps every time. No questions asked.
Oh.
No questions asked about this one. Sorry, I'm going to have to just scroll through a couple of things, but just work with me here.
You're good. So you can pull up the video. I'll send this up to the chat. The bottom right corner, there's the sound when you do pull up the video.
Of all the system state.
I'm going to refresh it.
Make sure it's unmuted.
Bring over everything that makes Ethereum good. Bring over the original Uniswap. Bring over the original Hex. Bring over everything. I can save all the Ethereum guys. I can increase the value of Ethereum by reducing its load and making it more useful. And I can give all of those use cases that are priced out a new home, and everyone will have a new copy of all their ERC20s. My important goal here is to show you that the stuff that you believe in is cool, and I believe in it too. I've found better ways to do all of it.
Just like, look, Hex was very interesting watching the price of that.
I built Hex, which is, in my opinion, the superior value storage and price appreciation application that's ever existed. So now I've got the app. Now I've got the network to run it on. Who's got a better logo? Nobody. Who's got a better domain name? Nobody. Why don't we?
God has spoken.
Oh.
Guys, was that good or was that good? I couldn't hear it on my end, but I've watched that video a million times. Gosh, every time I listen, he says, I know what you believe in. I believe in it too. I've just found better ways to do it. And it's true, guys. It's so true. Richard Hart is an absolute flexer, an absolute alpha male, and someone who could outwork everyone in the room. And that's what I respect about him more than anything, Sam. More than anything. You know, if he was in the room with you, he'd outwork. Not saying you in particular. I'm saying, like, in a general room, that guy's going hard as fuck. We go hard as fuck here at Hex in the Morning. No questions asked. All you furus, people complainers, you eating junk food? We're not. I can promise you that. We're doubling down. We're doubling down. Sam, we're doubling down.
This is my junk food. Let's get it. Are you excited for the stream tonight, bro?
I am so excited for our stream, Sam. Let's run through some of our bros. Hex Orca, love the title. Biceps in the chat. Fake turning friends into frenemies. They hate to hear the Orca truth.
We got a bunch of people in the chat already saying what's up.
That's SEO optimization. That's what it's called. Okay, thank you, Hexographer. I want 5-cent Hex so I can 8-bit hard again. So do I. So do I. Another marathon stream? No, because Richard Hart actually going on in 60 minutes from now. So, guys, stay tuned. This is actually the opening act. We decided that this is the opening act.
We are the pre-show, the best pre-show that ever existed for what is about to come out in an hour.
And Richard Hart, if you're watching this, I know you might be. I'm not kidding. I have the guy with the best questions here. He can ask you the hardest questions. He can make your mind work if you come on with us. This is one of the only men I have ever met who I think you could actually have a conversation that you would enjoy, like thoroughly. Just because I know how hard it is to have mentally stimulating conversations. I try to have them all day. I fail.
Respect. Justin says, Sam, calm down. Damn. Sorry, I only have one speed, and it's go now.
Go.
And I get energy. I feed off of that energy. People wonder, what am I taking? I'm just high on life.
Yeah, he's taking mushrooms. No, I'm just kidding. Literally, this dude is as sober as I've seen a man, to be honest.
Paul, and we've had this conversation off of here. Like, hey, I'm reducing I drink maybe like once a month, and it's like a glass of wine or something. Look at this. So I'm gonna pull this up right now. I don't know if you have any of this there. This is from Functional Crypto. Check this out. So it says, let's see, triggered. This is my pre-workout, and I'm not saying you should go buy it. Like, you don't need to give me any money. Like, I'm good.
Buy it.
If you want to, you can check on my Instagram. This says triggered pre-workout. Liberals' tears. Side effects of this do not include burning down buildings, rioting, or looting. If you are triggered and you do not want to burn down buildings, and you believe in the police department, and you believe in freedom, you can go check out these. This is one of my pre-workouts. So I'm excited. Sam, Sam, drop a speedball to slow down. Jamie.
What? No, he doesn't know what we've been talking about. Hex and Chill Girl likes the pre-show. She's always wondering what's going down pre-show. It's Stay in PG pre-show. We're usually talking about thumbnails and SEO optimization for the most part. Sam, where are we diving into today? What do you want to talk about? I want you to pick Jim Rat's brain today a little bit, and I'm going to show people my mental prowess by not paying attention to the chat as much, and flexing my intellectual brain. But yeah, let's just chit chat. I have a lot of things to say. You have a lot of things to say. I think that I have a lot of insight. I think that I have a lot of information right now that I'm on the fringe of understanding, like a handful of things, but I'm not I haven't doubled down, right? Like, I haven't gone like, how can I, because for me, it'll take a few days because I'm just not efficient yet. And it's not because I'm not smart. It's because I haven't learned how to study properly yet, but I'm learning how to learn as I learn.
So Bullish mentions that in the comments. Thank you for dropping that in there, the Instagram and the thing in there as well. So Bullish, thank you for that. Crypto gains. Sam, can you add one more way to make money in the RH ecosystem? Native Pulse delegate stake Hex on 2 networks, deposit Bridget. I feel like I need an update on that one. Yeah, and Hedron, I do feel like I need an update on that video. But I think you should give people a preview for what's coming up later. We also have a post show. Go ahead, tell them about the post show that's coming up later, and we can let them know about the time, or you can pick the time right now.
So guys, we're going through some learning curves. I'm trying to figure out how to do everything right. But I know one thing: when RH streams, I will not stream because that's information that I would like to be taking in at the moment. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to do an hour right now. We're going to pop back on later for the first Hex late night. Whoa. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's going to be called something sexy. So sexy. Hey, names in the chat for a sexy ass night Hex stream or a crypto stream or a Pulse stream. Just give me a sexy name down there that I can really, something short and sweet that I can. Oh, I love making names for stuff. Hex in the morning. I mean, the fact that wasn't a thing already was ridiculous.
Yes.
But heck, we're not morning people. But yeah, so we're going to be coming on later, and we are going to be dropping another show with fresh ideas, maybe guess the same energy. the same energy, and you will see that these two guys, we don't switch up often. We do this from day in, day out. We love having intellectual conversations. We don't like furus, and we never have. It's not because we're in crypto. It's because we fucking hate phony bitches.
Yes. So
Because they don't stand up for shit.
let's cut the fat, so to speak, as you mentioned a couple times.
Their lights aren't on.
Let's get to some of those things that you're thinking about. I went through some of the Power City stuff today. If you guys are not aware, we could cover some of the Power City. It's a SAC that's currently going on. I'm not saying you should be involved in it. I do have some serious questions, in my opinion, about their white paper and things involved in it. But what are some things that are on your mind, GRC? What's something in your mind right now?
I'm gonna double you back on that so you can like pick my brain, because I have a question about Power City that you can maybe answer. So one of the risks, right? And this is totally new, broad. I'm being as broad as I can because I really don't have finite specifics on it. But vampire attacks, okay? Let's say that, right? What is a vampire attack? It's when someone makes a better deal, therefore all the users get sucked out, almost a little inorganically, but really what they're trying to do is make a better product, right, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
If you make a better product, users will come. That's kind of a vampire attack. But in crypto, it's like they fork the same thing they're using and they make it better. So it's kind of like that. But I'm worried with all these other dApps that are supporting Pulse Chain. Everything is supporting Pulse Chain. That's always the first sentence in the white paper. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I could pick up a penny and buy Hex and I'm supporting Pulse Chain. Technically, like, okay, my use case is supporting Pulse Chain. Buy Scott Coin because I support Pulse Chain. Like, so what I'm saying is there's a little bit of, I want to know what you think about some of these things, sucking some of the potential energy, because what you have to understand is where people come from is RH created this thing, right? That made us all very happy. And then people come from the woodworks and they attach onto the thing in order to get value out. When maybe that's not the best way to go, but maybe that is the best way to go. What are your thoughts on like how this system is working? RH clearly has no financial incentive, it seems like. So he kind of does things more as like his passion, but other people come in with the financial incentive, and you know my whole take on that.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because like one sentence. So I just shared the white paper. So this is Power City's white paper. I'm not saying anybody should go sacrifice or anything. I wanted to dive into this. I wanted to learn about it. But what you're saying about the financial incentives, I found very interesting, because one of the things that they talk about is a bridge, right? They talk about maybe that being, helpful from these kind of like third gen chains to bring people over, say from Phantom, from BSC, from a couple other chains that I don't remember the names of, instead of going to Ethereum, just coming through this bridge. They don't, like, in my opinion, articulate it super clear, but what they say is, and this really caught my eye to the point where I wrote it down in my notes, and I'm like, that doesn't seem like necessarily something I might want to get into. But at the same time, like you said, you can have poor projects that still make people money just because there's so much fire in what RH is doing, right? Like, if you want to get hotter and you move closer to the sun, even if you're shitty as fuck, you can still get hotter because you're closer to the sun. And that, I don't know, I'm not trying to talk shit. Like, this is how I'm actually seeing this. So they go on to say, and this is in regards to this, it doesn't sound like it would be cheaper, but liquidity for the bridge in terms of taking people from Phantom and another one, Avalanche, which are two other blockchains, apparently. Liquidity for the bridge will be raised by the core. So in one sense, Power City is like a activist hedge fund, so to speak, like angel investor, so to speak. So if you want to invest into a fund that takes your money and invests into other projects.
Stay there. That fund. Okay, explain that. So where am I sending my money, and who has the control of it? Let's break it down in the fat.
So when you look at this, you're like, okay, well, where does the money go? How does the governance structure, right? Great fucking points. Well, they imply that it's a DAO, right? Because they compare themselves to another DAO, but they don't say what it is. They don't say it's a DAO in any way. They have talked zero, at least in this white paper, about governance or how things are going to be structured. And then this specific sentence stood out to me. I'm going to read it out loud. Liquidity. So in terms of like what you mentioned, if you know what a mutual fund is, right? Okay. If mutual funds have different objectives, right? So you have a mutual fund that's like, hey, we invest in large cap stocks. You have a mutual fund that's invested in small cap. You have mutual funds that only invest, I think it's called ESC, which is like environmentally friendly shit. However, they define environmentally friendly. So they won't invest into other things, and they will buy enough in that company to try to get a spot on the board in terms of like activism. And then you have angel investors who will buy into early stage companies, right? For equity in the company. That is effectively what this sounds like to support the ecosystem, according to my understanding of the white paper. And I literally we talked about this morning. I read through it twice. Listen to this and tell me what your thoughts are when I read through this before I even give anything. Yes. Liquidity for the bridge will be raised by the core, that's the fund effectively, as bonds, allowing the core to own all cross-bridge liquidity without having to indefinitely reward liquidity providers.
They're trying to replace PulseX.
So that's the first thought. Now, what is it? What happens when somebody owns all of one thing?
Centralized ownership is very normal in this country and in crypto. So it just depends who the owner is. In the founder, if the founder has no name, no face, he's not put himself out there, he's not showing original content, he's not putting out code and updates, and he's not saying what his dev team's like, he's a furu and he's a fraud. So who is this guy? Let's see. Who's the guy?
So let me share this with you.
And guys, anyone, if you guys want, I'm not hitting up these people to get them on my show, but if you want to DM any one of these guys and say, come on this show and defend your project before Sam actually puts a nuke hole in it. Then,
can you see this?
Yes, sir.
The new page? Okay. So if you look at this is something that they call a KYC to try to add credibility to
what explain that right there. KYC, does that mean the thing you need for your insurance? I mean, the thing you need when you get a credit check? Yeah.
But they're using, I haven't read through this specifically yet, but they're using KYC because I think a lot of people know the name of it to just try to add credibility. And I'm coming at this from a critical point of view. Like, these guys could be fucking great. I don't know, right? Like, I'm reading through it and I'm like, these are some questions that I have. So there's this KYC that you have, right? That I don't know if they go into the owners here. I'll have to read through this after we Brad Keeney's is the Shurian founder. So that's the person who did the audit, I think, not the persons behind the actual project. So I'll have to go through and actually read this separately. But here,
now, what do you see in a good white paper, real quick, that this might not ring those bells in your head as far as what you've seen so far?
So to preface, I'm relatively new, right?
He's extremely new. He's an extremely intelligent, crazy son of a bitch. So he knows more than 90% of hexagons at this point. He's probably in that like normal intermediate hexagon range right now where he's like, but moving up fast.
And thanks to GRC and everybody in the comments for like the awesome questions and insights and be like, you're fucking wrong here and pointing stuff out. So that's super helpful. For me, when I look at this paper, I personally, to feel more comfortable looking at it, I would want to see more of the incentive side of thing in terms of how they're getting paid, and not necessarily getting paid, right? Because you don't want to like, right? To use the sacrifice term, there was,
I want to know what the hustle is. It's a hustle. Tell me what the fucking hustle is. Literally, guys, you stop hiding the fact that you're hustling. It's so ignorant and stupid. You look like a fucking clown sitting there and saying you're not doing something when you're doing it. Let us know so we can buy in. I just want to learn. And that's what a lot of these guys kind of roll around the facts, right there, Sam?
Yeah, and there's a comment in the back end here that we can see from Hex Orca. Did Sam mention somewhere, and so Hex Orca, oh, is that there?
Sam mentioned somewhere in this white paper that it mentioned the bridge is providing liquidity? Because that shit don't add up. And that's where I was at with it, kind of. Because that's where I just was like, does this make sense? Because I don't think it makes sense. Now what I realize is this is a direct competitor to an RH ticker. Simple as that.
So is a question for somebody who has more knowledge on this type of thing. The bridge that is PulseX, or they're closely related to it, or it's connected to it, there's a way to bridge over. Is there a way to bridge over from other chains, right, that are not Ethereum? I don't know, honestly know that question. Because it looks like this could be separate, not trying to affect that specifically.
Yeah, but it affects it by doing the same thing. Remember a vampire attack? Remember what that means? If the same service is provided here and someone else goes here, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with moral. It's just like that, but they're basically coming out with a function that is competing with a function that does not exist yet.
But so I see it as like
I didn't mean the last part does not exist.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
If I'm coming out with a bridge and they're calling it a transformer, if I'm coming out with that, like, I'm good. I want everybody to win, which means that I don't need all control of the liquidity. And this line says, without having to infinitely reward liquidity providers, I want to reward people who are participating to it.
Yeah, but why would someone not expect a reward for providing liquidity?
Well, they want to provide all the liquidity.
They want to provide the liquidity.
They want to raise money to provide it as the liquidity and be the only liquidity.
That's so weird.
But yeah, I don't understand.
That's like too much control. The reason that we don't like that.
Correct. So their next thing, that was like the first thing.
And I need you to know something, Sam. We haven't dived into liquid loans yet, but there is something important that you know, and it doesn't mean these things are bad at all. Dude, all of these things could end up being absolutely bullish and amazing, and we are trying to dig in. I am not an authority. There's 36 people watching, and you can all suck me because I'm just learning. But all of these coins that we've gone through are connected by the people inside of them, Sam.
Thank you for pointing that out.
So that is very important to know, and I've known that information for a long time. Because I connected these dots a long time ago just from knowing the people, and
they're not like
they're all working together.
And there's no like, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing or that it's a scam. I'm not saying that. I just don't know, and these are questions that I would see. Right.
But these are things that are not presented to the public for a reason. If I had team members, I would just tell everyone who they were. Why not? Because Daddy wants to make money behind the scenes when everyone know he's making money. Because people don't really know what it's like to provide value, real value. I'm not talking about these devs and everything. They are all smoke and mirrors half the time. Smoke and mirrors. They put a fancy page up and say sacrifice for my shit, and nothing's occurred yet on a project. I want to bring up liquid loans for a second, and I think liquid loans, the design of the project, as far as the ideas, is amazing, perfect. Totally necessary, something that will happen in this community very shortly, whether it's liquid loans or not. But what do you think, Sam, about liquid loans is not coming out until months after Pulse Chain launches? So listen to this, Sam. So if I sacrificed $500 for liquid loans personally, okay, or whatever the amount was, it was something like that. So I gave them my $500, right? I could have bought Hex on an 80% dip, gotten 2 chains and the price appreciation from 5 months of market time. But instead, I sacrificed into a project that won't be out until months, admittedly months, they say it on the website. or like a month or two after Pulse Chain launches. Therefore, we don't even know when liquid loans will launch. Therefore, there's so much opportunity cost. You know what I mean when I say opportunity cost, Sam? Opportunity, like imagine the opportunity cost if you would have sacrificed, or if you would have bought 10K hex and staked it for 15 years and got the double, you're talking about retiring your whole family over 10 times over. But instead, you sacrifice for liquid loans, which no one knows what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm here, I'm paying attention every day. All I see is liquid loans is nothing. It's nothing. It's not created. It's just a way that they're just taking money right now.
I dove into their white paper, and I gotta go back through them now.
I want to dive into liquid loans so hard, and I totally believe that it could be a great project. But I want to know, Sam.
Let's do that. Let's do that for tomorrow then, and do liquid loans tomorrow. So if you guys want to see liquid loans, if you have any questions, take a look at it. Get your questions and get them ready for tomorrow, because we're gonna go. I'll go through the white paper again and take notes and go really deep into this, and we can go hard into this to try to get a much better understanding of this project. But
yeah, let's go back to the original point. I'm going to grab my drink, and I just want you to spit for I'll be 20 seconds.
Yep, take your time. So we have, this is another thing that, Power City wants to, promote or fund as in another project. So if they want to promote an NFT marketplace, I mean, there's, I think, 2, maybe 3 other marketplaces that are already out there. Like, somebody in the comments probably knows this better than I do. I mean, I think there's one called Mintra or something, and I think there's another one that's out there for NFT marketplaces. So let me ask you this question.
Mintra would be the one.
Okay, so GRC, let me ask you this question, and everybody in the comments. If I go all in on fitness, right? We've got different aspects of that, like the lifestyle pieces of it, including supplementation, the sleep portion, the nutrition from a macro standpoint, from a micronutrient standpoint, and then you can also test your blood work for different micronutrients. On the training side, there's many different pieces to the training, and stretching and foam rolling and PT and all this different mobility stuff. And I go all in on fitness stuff, and I do that every single day. Do you think I will have more experience and knowledge and be better at it than somebody who does it once a week?
Oh my God. Yeah. You taught me that a long time ago. I was doing biceps 3 times a week, and now I do it every day. I've always done biceps every day since you taught me that. I don't know why. I have small biceps. My biceps look totally normal. Like, they've definitely grown with my body since then.
So
they were lacking before. So yes, reps. The reason I'm so good at doing stuff like this is because I talk to people all day long, every single day. Reps beats anything, because the Furus don't have the reps, and then they come in and they're just like, oh wait, this isn't my actual talent, and we're like, we could do this all day long.
So now apply that, right? Because you were literally doing this with the show. We're going live every day, 7 days a week. You're getting in reps. Today we're going live twice. Later today, check Twitter for like the time specifically. But NFT marketplace, who do you think might win if you have an NFT marketplace that's focused just on NFTs, like Mintra, or something where people think about it as an afterthought? The one that's focusing on it every day.
I can't speculate, dude. You literally can't speculate, because Mintra could be a rug pull.
True.
That's 100%. What I'm saying, guys. And I love Gerardo. He's one of my fucking friends, and he's literally like the co-founder. And he would expect me to say the same thing, because it's just reality. It's not. Again, we're not pushing feelings here. The reality is there's another human with another heart and a beating blood vessel that could sell his shit. And guess what? We no longer, and the OA could dump all his Mintra and just be done. It would be done. He said,
and on the counter side of that, it could be the best thing ever and be like the most popular NFT.
Speculative assets generally go up in price if they're well designed. So there we go, Sam. It's just like, it's literal science, dude. It's like, if you do the project right for the right reasons, you will get the right result. If you do it the right way, which all the information is online about how to do most things the right way.
And that's what's so cool about it, because it's decentralized, and then you get to put all that up there, and smart people start telling people what's actually.
I want to read a couple of things to you to spark your brain. We got a couple things here I'm going to read. So obviously it's important for the founders of a project, Sam. This is huge. If they're not showing their face, they can fuck off. If the founder of a crypto is not showing his face, he can fuck all the way off. because I don't know this little scumbag nerd, and I need to lay eyes on him. I need to lay eyes on Charles Hoskinson so I can know he's full of shit, because he is.
I think that transparency comes with like, if, for those of you who are not aware, if you take testosterone, your natural testosterone production starts to go down, right? But you notice how I said starts to go down? It's not like the light switch back there on the wall where I flick it and then the light shut off. That's what people think happens. And that's how I feel about transparency, right? The more transparent you are, the better things tend to go.
People need to learn that, guys. You fucking need to learn this. All you guys out there that are faking your whole entire lives. Dude, whenever I come into a situation, people think I'm faking because I'm the only one being honest. Always. I come into a group, like when I got hacked. Remember when I got hacked and I went on one of the bigger shows in Hex? Everyone was calling me a narcissistic liar the whole time because I was actually being honest, and no one knows what it's like. They're not even certain that it's real, because it's weird that I would be like, yeah, I got hacked. I didn't even really care. I mean, I cared, but it was like my long stakes. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I got to fucking move forward. I want to go on the biggest show. I want to learn the best information. I went on the Hex Security #1 show. Boom, that day. Same day.
And but it doesn't matter to you, like, that somebody
It doesn't
thinks
matter. I
you're a
know
dumbass.
ego
It doesn't matter.
investment. No, because I'm fucking cooler, and I will work harder. That people don't. They're like, oh, you have to have all this stuff, and then you get all this social merit. Nope, you do it every day. And that's what always has separated me and Sam, is that we've always done everything positive that we do every day. If we have a positive habit, we do it every day. It's a ritual. That's bodybuilding 101. Like, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah. Like, why would you, if right, you like growth, if you like things that are positive happening, and you want to sequoia, and you do something in your life that is positive and impact for you in a, like, increases your fulfillment and value that you get, right? That you create that value and fulfillment in your life. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you do more if that thing is providing you value? And honesty and transparency in all things in life we had talked this morning about communication, and communication, right? Those all go hand in hand. Every single problem comes down to communication. Intimate relationships, in businesses, in, like, across the board. Why does it come down to communication? Because the story in your mind, in GRC's mind, about reality is different than reality. I posted the other day.
We got some Power City chatters in the chat, so I might jump one in. So
yep, go ahead. Let's talk about some of those.
Well, no, but go ahead on what you were saying, so I can keep looking at the chat.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and pull those up if you find anything interesting, and I'll just tell the story quick. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years. You know,
who is in the Power City chat in here? Give me a what's up. Go ahead.
Or if you know anybody that's in Power City team, let's have mine. Just a
yeah, go DM them. I got 20 minutes, so I want to. Dude, we are not shitting on projects. If you think we're shitting on projects, you're a little pussy faggot. Oh, damn it! I cannot say that word. Holy shit! I'm so sorry, guys.
I thought you said maggot.
No, I did say maggot actually, but I didn't. I shouldn't say that word. I really shouldn't say that. I know it bothers people, so I'm just going to try not to say that word anymore.
Perfect. Well, you call yourself, and that's how you do it. You're honest about catching yourself, and you apologize, like you're literally gonna work on not saying that again.
I don't want to say that one.
So, in terms of expectations versus reality, right? The communication problems, period. We talked about transparency. And I'll like the stuff that I do on here, like, is one piece of it. But I'm brutally fucking honest in my relationship, to the point where a lot of people won't take it there. So 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we've been together for a couple of years, my girlfriend and I literally forgot her birthday. Like, I'm like in here, like I'm just doing my own thing. Forgot her birthday. She gets upset with me. Understandable. Your boyfriend forgot your birthday. Like, completely understandable. And my solution at the time is to, I'm not saying anybody needs to handle this how I handle this. If there's value in understanding how I think about this in the crypto space, you may find value in this. So yes, I completely agree with her. You should, if that's how you want, like, you should be upset. Like, literally forgot your birthday. 100%. Like, that's your expectation is that I would remember your birthday and try to create something special and meaningful, maybe, right? And that's different than reality. But the essence of what we're describing here is expectations are different than reality. Whenever you have expectations that are different from reality, you cause problems. And that's it. Like, yes, I forgot your birthday. Okay, cool. Let's move forward. Like you
I was
expected this.
haunted my whole entire life by the fact that I was not over 5'9", and that I thought I would never succeed in my life, because this is what I thought all the way through schooling. I thought because I was short and because I was not tall, because I was an athlete. So a lot of the better athletes that went to college, D1, were bigger, just naturally, whatever. And I just assumed that it didn't matter that everyone else wasn't playing sports and I was. It mattered only to me that there was a few guys on the team. Like, that's where my mind projected. Like, there was 2 or 3 guys on the team and you see where that led me, right? Like, I was always like, I want to know how to be on top. I will not rest. I will not rest until I learn, because what else am I going to do? Like, my whole ethos is to be like, hey, if this is going to be a shit show, which I used to think it was going to be a shit show, now it's fucking lit. Fucking lit as shit. I did not think it was going to be lit.
Just the beginning.
Because I was stressed out for 21 years. I had chronic mental illness. I really want to. I feel that way because I had no idea what was going on in my mind. I was dying. I was insecure. I couldn't see straight. I was emotionally.
So let's talk about
what I see everyone else doing now. But yeah, sorry for rambling.
No. Let's talk about that, because that will be valuable to people in the comments, right? There's a lot of people who are in a similar boat, and they're in their mind, and they are telling themselves a story that they're insufficient in some way in life, right? Or they have some issue. Everybody's got their own problems in life. So let's talk about that. What was the thing that you perpetually did to get past that? Or was there just a desire, right? Because you did gambling and drugs and other stuff. Was there always a burning desire, like an ember inside of you that knew that wasn't right, and you just needed to feed that ember so that those flames could grow? Like, how did you go about doing that? Because you talk about your process for how you do that, and other people can see something in that, and they can take that and start implementing it themselves. What's up, Funky Hex?
Yeah.
So what were some of the steps that you did consistently to start growing so that you're
first of all, guys, write these notes down, because this is important. This is probably, if I'm good at anything, this is what it is. I don't care what everyone else is doing. And when I say I don't care at all. Like, I don't even care a little fucking bit. All you nerds, all you care about is everyone else is doing. Stop. Fucking stop. It's disgusting, and you're fucking mindless. It's the same thing with the Hex people. It's the same thing with everyone. Yes, some people are better at other stuff. Realize that you are going to die, and no one gives a flying fuck about you at all. So take that, say, fuck it. I'm going to go for the stars. I'm going to shoot for the stars. There's nothing else for me to do, Sam. There is nothing else for me to do. And I've known that since I was about 26. So since then, I've set my life up in a way where I didn't have to pay for anything, one, because I knew that would be important. Long term, I was like, if I'm not paying for things, I can do things business-wise. And made sure I had sleeping habits that were absolutely perfect. Sleeping 8.5 hours a day, going to the gym for at least 1 hour, 45 minutes a day. Even if you're not pushing it at the gym, it doesn't really matter if you're pushing it at the gym. In my opinion, that Sam has a different opinion on that. But in my opinion, energy is best elsewhere if you don't have the best mind for stuff. Anyway, so you have to make daily habits that you do every day. We don't drink. Yes, I will drink here, a beer or two, of course. But I do not go out. There's no money spending. There's nothing. I don't want to. There's no more of that. It's a waste of time. Everyone who's doing those things is wasting time. If you're playing video games all day, masturbating, wondering what some random ass girl in your city's doing because you're too big of a loser to move on, that's what I'm saying. Everything is a waste of time. I've cut through the fat completely. There is no waste of time in my life anymore. There is none. What's your experience?
Fuck yeah. Right? How did you get? You mentioned 26. So before 26, you were in a different spot, right?
I was sober, and everyone was telling me what to do.
And because one of the things when we first started talking, you had mentioned that, and I didn't like the terminology. I don't know if you remember, but you had talked about, and I don't know if you want to share like about like, you know, going through drugs and stuff, right? But when you're in that place and you go to do different classes and stuff like that, or the AA type stuff, right? Like we're the spot the GOC is at now, right now, is completely fucking different than it was several years ago, like tremendously.
I was a narcissistic, drug abusive, completely in my own head 24/7, 126 pounds of drug abuse and stress. Nothing else. I had no other function. I didn't know how to function. My only other function was sports. Like that's it. Like I could function in sports and I could function in social scenes with girls. Like that was because there's lots of stimulation, right? Like when you're with a group of girls and like when you're young, you know that when you get all the butterflies and everything when you're young. I liked that feeling when I was young. I remember. I liked the nervousness that created. I always ran with that. I was like, oh, when this nervousness is created, that kind of means you should do it. Like I kind of figured that out young. Therefore, I went through so many social trials and tribulations in 5 years from just being super, like I was doing paid courses, stone cold sober, about how to be more social with people for $800 a month.
But
Like,
that's just he just
I
mentioned
went so
the
hard.
strength. You have a strength that and I don't see in a lot of people, right? Where you're willing to pay in order to get closer to the sun or to get closer to solving a problem and having that information. And how many people are so scared to spend $100 to do something to get closer to get the information? This is what I learned from you. Right? Everybody else has your answers and money or to be able to solve your problems, connect you with somebody else.
And not only that, they want your money. They want to build businesses. Use them, guys. Use me. Use Sam. I know more than you. Sam knows more than you. Not about fucking crypto. Well, yeah, soon about crypto. I'll know fucking everything at the pace of these furus. I mean, but I've been hired by people in my personal life. I don't announce them or anything. They're not online. But I'm a mentor and to some people that I have what they want. I don't advertise it. They want what I have. I don't have to advertise it. It's not a bunch of people, but there's people who reach out to me. You're happy, you work out. How? And I say, it's so very easy. All you have to do is eliminate. Our only goal is to eliminate the fat off your life because everything at the end of the day is bullshit. All the news bullshit, the gas prices, the economy, the finances, crypto up and down, manipulated completely bullshit. It's all bullshit. But once you know that, it gives you the ultimate freedom. You get the ultimate freedom. When somebody looked me in the face and said, Scott, you're wrong about chicks. Because I remember that day. Because I was like, I guess why are all these girls breaking up with me when I give them a love letter? It's true.
Oh yeah, I think.
And I said, I don't get it. My mom told me that if you were super nice to a girl when you're young, that she'll like you, but they keep calling me a fucking loser. And they keep telling me to scram. And I wanted to know why. I was like, why? And I learned about social dynamics, not about fucking chicks. I learned about reality. That's all this is, guys. It's reality. We have to take things for what they are. Everyone else learns to regurgitate. Some people learn to think and learn and go to the source. We're almost like journalists. We're like journalists.
In like the real sense of the word.
Yeah, like like an actual journalist, which they don't exist. So.
Not like the fake news propaganda. like actually trying to get to the bottom of things. And you're describing with the girls thing how to remember the expectations versus reality. Your expectation is like, hey, I'm going to write this love letter to this girl and she's going to like me or she's going to have this positive response that I want, right? And then you write the love letter.
And then the guy who scored the goal and told her to F off and drank the whole prom, he's sleeping with all of them. And I was wondering why? Why in this world would everyone tell me the lie? Then I realized because nobody thinks for themselves. They just want to go on and be happy. And that's totally fine for most people. Not for GRC. I just want to, I want to spend the rest of my life learning as much as I can and shooting for the stars. I'm no longer staying on feet and pretending like there's limitations that do not exist in my life. There is enough money in the world for you. There is enough women in the world for you, and there are enough resources in the world for you. And on top of that, it can be better than you ever thought it were to be, and it's not even difficult.
And you can have it all. You can have, if you want a relationship that is the most beautiful relationship, that somebody supports you and you can continue to deepen your relationship, and not just like, okay, we've been together for years and years and years. That's one way in terms of time depth. But what if it was more intimate, more passionate as time goes on? What if you, every single year, you started increasing your income? What if every single year you got to spend more time with amazing people where you can talk to them and learn from them and help them, and they're helping you?
But that's too much. You're going too far, because people are going to say, no, that's not me. They're already going to, but I know, but it is them. They just don't know. It starts where it starts. It starts with looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm a fucking idiot. And if I don't get my shit together, I'm going to do nothing my whole life. And I'm going to die with the family that never got to see the real me. The real me shine through. I never got to be a real male model, a role model to people. Like, there are role models in my life that are not necessarily, you know, they're random people and my family, some members, but like, there's role models out there, guys. I will be one. I will not. I refuse to be a pleb.
Yes, yes. That's what I want. I want to be surrounded. There's this pipe dream in my mind, right? Because I want to shoot for the stars, like planets, like I want to shoot for different galaxies type of thing. So in my mind, I would love, this is like literary goals that I've written down multiple times. I want like everybody in the planet to know who I am. Why? Because, not because I want something from these people, is that I want everybody in the world to realize that they are capable enough and to start taking action. Let's run through a hypothetical. If you have 8 billion people on the planet and everybody just starts to take this much, this like a pinhole step in the direction that they want their life to go, whether it's like, hey, my office is dirty and I need to clean it up. Cool, fucking fantastic. Start taking action on that. Hey, my relationship sucks balls and I want to improve my relationship. Fucking great. Do something about it. If I can touch 8,000 people to start making the teeniest little steps, not even every day. Ideally, that's my goal, is every day. But even if they just do it once a week, 8 billion people, we can create the utopia of the world where everybody is making progress. In that's the pipe dream for me, where everybody starts taking action in their life. That's why I want everybody to know who I am in the world, so that they can see that there is a right way to win. There's a way to win without stepping on people. There's a way to win with helping people along the way. There's a way to win and have an amazing relationship, and have amazing family life, and have amazing friends, and have amazing health, and be super mentally like where you want to be. It's all
So
possible.
I want you to go through your checklist on me, like all those things. I want you to ask me right now.
Perfect.
We got 10, 12 minutes with GRC. You are my life coach, so this is all standard. This is very standard, guys. Like everything we really do on the show.
We can't see you. We can't see you, so go ahead. Put up both of them.
So everything you see on this show, guys, is literally done by us all the time anyway. We've just decided to start distributing this because over time I realized that everyone was a pleb, and I just didn't know that growing up. Growing up, I thought everyone was like real smart. Like, dude, I really did. Like, it's so weird how you can change your way you think. Because once I learned that teachers aren't that smart, not that they're not smart, but you know what I mean? Like, they're just normal people. Like, I didn't know. I just couldn't connect those dots for some reason. And I thought authority had ultimate intellectual power. But the truth is, generally, authority is not open-minded. Therefore, they have no intellectual power. Therefore, they've been stuck in their own ways so long that they can't. Let's run through some of my just life stuff. Let's see how I'm doing. Let's see where I can add on.
I'll give you the framework that I use. So I go through and I journal and I try to put the most like intentional effort behind these things. So I'm going to rattle these 4 things off and then we'll go through one by one. I have 4 areas of life that are important to me. Relationships. So that's GRC and my relationship, right? I want that to be amazing, right? Like I want to provide value to him. But also every single 59 people who are in the chat here, I want to provide value there too, right? So relationships, also with my girlfriend, my family, etc. So that's
real quick, Sam. I want to ask you something live. What do you think about waiting RH's stream out, doing what you have to do in the next hour and a half, and listening to it and popping back on?
Yes,
Talk about the stream right after, and then we'll just be
down.
down there, guys. Because we're getting into some dirty detail shit right now, and it's getting. I know how these conversations go. They're longer than 7 minutes. So, guys, real quick, the RH stream is on. I want everyone in this chat to go there and like it. It's not on right now. It's on.
Hey! Everybody go there and mention that he should come on our show.
Yes, everyone in this chat right now, please do this for me because I'm streaming every day until RH comes on this show. So that could be a long fucking time. So fucking help me get a day off. Guys, we're not going to get RH's stream and say, GRC sent me here. RH, you are the GOAT. RH, you are the GOAT. The GOAT. Say Hex in the morning, you're the GOAT.
We can get enough attention. So we'll set up the 4 pieces now, and then we can talk about them in more depth. Relationships, I need to grow there. Mental health, right? That could be spiritual, religious for certain people. That's how I categorize it. Physical health, like my overall physical health, and financial health. Those 4 areas are what encompasses all areas of life that are important to me. So we can dive more in depth into all 4 of those areas. Let's tell people where to go to find the stream for RH, and then get into there and just, hey, come on the show.
The chat with RH links. Please spam the chat. Everyone knows the RH.
Hex in the morning. Put it down. Hex in the morning, right in the chat. Like, hey, come on Hex in the morning.
In the chat. Hex in the morning. GRC Sam Stoll. Just say anything to get him over here at some point. Like, just get anything that'll say, because he knows me. So if you say GRC, he might spring a little quicker. Just because I'm sure he might not have watched our show yet, to be honest. But he's anyway, guys, breaking fucking news. We're coming back on after our RH stream. That is insane. We can do whatever we want in this life, guys. We make the calls.
Yes.
We call the shots, Sam.
So let me, we just put, okay, Orca just put it in there and I just put it into the comments. That's where you guys can go. Link for you lazy bums. Thank you, Orca. Appreciate that. Let's go over there. Let's have a good time. And,
this was Hex in the morning. This is GRC. That's Sam Stolt. Watch the RH stream. We're coming at you live right after to talk everything mental health, everything RH stream, everything Buru Killer. Let's go.
Peace.